Hello guys. So today in the previous lecture we have solved the curved beam problems based on the sections, trapezoidal section, triangular section, and whichever the problem we have solved, it was not closed. Okay, there was small opening. So like we have considered the crane hook, so where it is not a closed one, opening at one section at one end. So here we are considering stresses in the closed ring. Okay, fine. So it is a closed, there is no opening. So how the stresses are induced and what are the equations that now we are going to derive here. So here you can consider a closed ring. So where forces are applied here, you can see here the vertically forces are applied. Here the applied force tend to stretch the vertical dimensions and try to reduce the horizontal dimensions. Okay, fine. So here because of the symmetry of the ring, I have considered only the quarter part here. So here you can see section BB and section AA. So here the radius R is not the inner radius, it is the mean radius, means the ring center part from the center of the center to the mean. So it is the mid of this ring width. So the radius is called mean radius here. So here you can section AA and AB. So here because of the symmetry I have took only the quarter part of this ring. So here you can see here the load is applied. So here the moment it is applied here. So because F by 2, because force is F, because I took the symmetry I have considered it as a F by 2. So here I have one more section. If I divide here, if the half part if I draw, I will call it as x distance. Why I will call it as x? Because the force is applied at this mid part. Fine. So that is the reason why I took this distance as x, and the total distance is r, that is what a mean radius. So here this becomes r minus x. Okay. So this is the diagram. So now we shall derive the equations for this closed rings. So okay. So the bending moment at any point at any cross section of the ring is given by m is equal to f r 1 by pi minus sin theta by 2. So this is the equation for the bending moment at any cross section of the closed ring. Fine. Okay. So where here, so what all the notations here, where r mean radius of the ring, theta. So here we have the theta here. Okay. So this is what a theta. So where theta or angle theta, or here theta. Fine. So here the theta is angle with respect to load line. Sorry, this is not a theta, this is q. Okay, some deformation you have here. So theta is angle with respect to load line. So that is what vertical. So here you can see the load is applied at this junction. So where the load is applied, so this particular thing I will call it as a theta. If horizontal is applied, it is 0. Vertical if it is applied, it may be 90. But wherever the force is applied, in whichever the direction it is applied, we consider that direction as 0. Means what? The force in this case, this is 0. Okay, and this will be 90. Okay, 180, 270, 360. If the force is applied here, 0, this coordination system means okay, the coordination system is varied where the load is applied. Wherever the load is applied, I will consider that load as a theta as 0. Okay, that I will come we shall solve it. Okay, fine. So F is what? Load. Okay, so now at section BB, okay, theta is equal to 0 degrees. That is what I said. At section BB where the load is applied, I will consider this as what? 0. Okay. So this is the vertical load. So wherever the load is applied, I will consider this as 0 and this is 90. Okay. So in our case, we have considered only the quarter part, that is what first quadrant we have considered. So this becomes 0 where the vertical force is applied, this is 0 and this becomes 90. Okay. At section BB, theta is 0 with respect to vertical. That is what I said. Why vertical? Because the load is acting at the vertical direction. Okay. So we have equation M B is equal to moment at section B is equal to 0.318 into F into R. So where do you get this equation? So this equation we get directly from the data handbook, or we have the bending moment at any cross section, isn't it? In this, if you put theta is 0, I'll get this value. Fine. Okay. So now you can see from the data handbook here. So in the data handbook, he has specified here. Okay. So here you have a closed ring. So here you have a closed ring. For the closed ring, so ring subjected to tension, ring subjected to compression. So two formulas are the same formula, the signatures is vary. So when there is a tension, you have a positive value, when there is a compression, you have a negative value. Okay. So when theta is 0 here, fine. Here when theta will be 0, these two equations are there. When theta is equal to 90 degrees, so I have minus 0.182 when it is in tension, positive when it is in compression. Why is so? So that is what, when theta is 0, so this first one is positive and second is negative. When theta is 90 degrees, tension will be negative, compression will be positive. Fine. The same equations we are going to write now. So where do we get that equations? So we got equation from 10.5 equation, page number 160, data handbook. From data handbook we get, or what you can do, you can substitute the theta value 0 in this equation. Okay, I can call it as equation 1, I will call it as equation 2. So if I substitute theta in equation 1, I will get this value. Oh, fine. Okay. So now at the same section AA, so theta is equal to 90 degrees. Again I am saying with respect to vertical, because force is acting on vertical. Okay, this is 90 degrees. The same thing, if I substitute the value theta in equation 1, I will get moment at section A is how much? Minus 0.182 into FR. I will call it as equation 3. This also I will get it from 10.6. So page number 161 from data handbook. Okay. So here the signs will change. The section at B, if it is negative, it will be in compression. Okay. Sorry, it will be in, yes, it will be in compression. If section A moment, if it is positive, it will be in tension. Okay. So here the diagram whichever we have considered, we can consider remaining things also because of the symmetry. So here whichever the diagram we have considered, so the inner fiber will be in compression, outer fiber will be in tension. Okay. So it may vary depending upon the orientation whichever we change. Okay, fine. So now, and the stresses at DD, so we can call it as a direct stresses at the section DD. Stresses sigma D is equal to F sin theta whole divided by 2A. Okay, so this is the formula what we get at that particular thing. So these are the equations what we got. Moment at section B, moment at section A, and stresses at section D. Fine. Okay. So now the stresses at any point in the cross section, the stresses at any point in the cross section is given by what? Combined stresses, or we can call it as a resultant stresses. Already we have solved the problem. Sigma is equal to sigma D plus sigma bending. Fine. So where we know the formula for the bending, so sigma bending will be of two, inner fiber and outer fiber. So what is that? MCI whole divided by AERI, or This is for inner fiber. Outer fiber it will be negative m c naught by a e r naught. Okay. So this equations I will get it from the data handbook there. So already I wrote the equation numbers in the previous lectures. Once again I am writing 10.1c page 159 data handbook. Fine, Baba. So these are the two equations we need to substitute here. But what will be the moment here? The moment will vary based on this angle thing, okay, angle orientation. So for any symmetric thing we consider only two, only the symmetric part we are going to consider. So we consider theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 90. So these two things will be fixed. Fine. So when theta equal to 0, I have a moment 0.318 Fr, moment at theta equal to 90 minus 0.182. So what about the sign changes? This is in this case this is positive and this is negative. It may be vice versa depending upon the orientation, depending upon the force applied. Why? Because if the force is applied in opposite direction, so the inner fiber may be a tension, outer fiber may be in compression. Okay, but we consider inner fiber will be in compression, outer fiber will be in tension. Fine. Okay. So now we shall write the formulae at load line theta equal to 0 degrees with respect to vertical. The inner fiber are subjected to compression while the outer fibers are subjected to tension. So in sigma b, so hence, so these equations becomes what? Resultant stresses in inner fiber this in inner fiber sigma I r will be what? Sigma d direct stresses plus I will write a minus m c I by a e into r I. Why? Because so it is in compression. My inner fiber is in compression. So outer fiber it will be in tension. So inner fiber when it is in compression it is negative. So I have shown in the data handbook here. Fine. So here you can see once again here. So here when the ring subjected to compression the formula is going to change when theta is 0 degrees. Okay. When theta is 0, when it is tension it will be positive, when it is in compression it is negative. But in our case that theta equal to 0 it is in compression, I will take it as negative. Same case when theta is equal to 90 degree I have in tension it will be the negative it will be the negative value here. Okay. So now resultant stresses in outer fiber sigma naught r is equal to sigma d plus I will write minus because in the data handbook it is you have the negative value there for the tension. But whenever you solve the problem we have to consider this as negative, this as positive. Then why I have wrote negative here? Because it is in the data handbook. Okay, so it depends the orientation whichever the negative, but you consider when it is in compression you take it as negative, when it is in tension you can take it as positive. Fine. Okay, but when we are solving the problem we write the formula as it is, but we take this negative as positive because outer fiber is in tension. Okay, fine. So away from load line, or I can write at load line theta equal to 90 degrees from the load line or away from load line, when theta equal to 90 degrees with respect to vertical. So again the resultant stresses in inner fiber sigma IR. So I have two cases, when theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 90 degrees. Okay, IR will be again same sigma D plus minus MCI by AE into RI. Again resultant stresses, formula remains same here, but what is the change here? The moment M is changed, because when theta equal to 0 moment formula M is varying, so the stresses will be varied. When theta equal to 90 degrees the moment formula is different, the stresses will be different. Resultant in outer fiber sigma naught R is equal to sigma D plus minus M C naught by AE R naught. Again I am saying that, so because in the data handbook we have a negative, we took a negative, but whenever you have the compression and tension, so tension always we have to take it as positive, compression we have to take it as negative. So this is the first case. So in the inner thing we have a compression, we take it as negative. Outer fiber we have a positive, the tension we have to take it as positive, even though we have a negative sign you should take it as positive. Fine, Baba. So these are the formulas for the at theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 90 degrees. Fine. Okay, now we shall solve the problem. Okay, so now this closed ring problem we shall solve it. So here we have the given closed ring which is inner dia. So inner dia or inner fiber dia or inner circle dia is given 80 diameter, pi is 80, so pi indicates the circular part. So here the section, whatever the section you have, the thickness of this ring is 40 mm. So load is applied into vertical, same thing what we have derived, same vertical direction load is applied at 25 kilo Newton. So what he says, so determine the stresses induced in a closed ring shown in figure. Okay, so now what we have to consider, so we have to consider the symmetrical part what we have derived. Okay, the same symmetrical part, we need not draw the diagram, but we have to understand. Okay, so this is a symmetrical part we have considered in the derivation. So where theta will be at 0 and theta is at 90 degrees. Okay, so theta equal to 0 we have the moment formula, when theta equal to 90 we have the moment formula. Here you can observe carefully, when theta is 0 so you have a positive value, and for theta equal to 90 we have the negative value, because we consider the inner fiber as tension, inner fiber as compression, outer fiber as tension. Okay, fine. So now first what we have to write, so given data what he has given there. So given load F is equal to 25 kilo Newton and diameter small d is equal to 40 mm. So this is the diameter of the section. Okay, so here we need to find the stresses only at this section part. We are not considering the total thing because we have took only the quarter part. So I need to consider only the section part here. Okay, fine. So this is the section part, D is 40 mm and Ri radius of the inner fiber. So here the total diameter is 80. When I consider the radius of the inner fiber becomes half of the diameter is what? 40. So Ri is 40 mm. Fine. So this is the given data. So first step 1. So again we need to find x dash. Okay. So how to find the x dash? So here very easy to find x dash, because the circular part half of this value. Okay. So diameter by d by 2 gives me the x dash value. Okay. So here we know that x dash is equal to small d by 2. So d of section diameter is 40 by 2. That implies x dash will be 20 mm. So I got x dash easy, very simple problem. Fine. Okay. Again I can also find the area here. I know area formula for the area of a circle. So area is pi by 4 d square. So here d square we are considering section, because we need to find the stresses at this particular section itself. So pi by 4 d square, pi by 4 40 whole square. So that implies area A is equal to 1256.64 mm square. Fine. Okay. Now step 2. Now is what? Step 2, to find the bending stresses. To find maximum stresses. So here in the step 2 actually we are finding the direct and bending stresses, so that I can call it as a maximum stresses. So combined load, direct and bending stresses, or I can call it as a resistance stresses, we need to find here. Okay. So first we shall draw the diagram and we shall specify all the notations there. If I draw the section, here the centroidal axis we need not worry, the centroidal axis will be the center of the circle, from the center of the circle itself. Fine. This is the centroidal axis passing through the center, and when I consider the quarter part, here, the nearer to this part I am considering. Okay. When I consider this quarter part, when I draw the section here, so this is the outer fiber, this is the inner fiber. Fine. Okay. Or I can consider even this quarter part also. So this is because he has given in the question itself. Okay. Here he has given the section here itself. So I can consider this as the quarter part here. So here this is inner fiber and this is outer fiber. So centroidal axis will be at the center. Neutral axis always should be nearer to the inner fiber. Okay. Or towards the inner fiber. So okay. So however we can draw that neutral fiber, again we can draw here or here. When I am considering section here, I can draw the neutral fiber here. When I am considering section here, I can draw the neutral fiber here. So wherever you can draw, I will draw the neutral fiber, but centroidal axis will be exactly center of this circle here. So this is what centroidal axis, this is neutral axis. Distance between these two is what? E. Fine. So now where is my radius of curvature? My radius of curvature, I will consider this quarter part, because we have derived this quarter part itself. I will consider the same thing. So here my radius of curvature and load both are same there. Okay. So this is 25 kilo Newton I have. So this is the inner, this is the outer. So the inner thing, this is Ri, inner fiber radius, and distance for the neutral axis I can call it as Rn, and distance to the centroidal axis I will call it as a capital R. Distance from the radius of curvature to the extra or outer fiber I will call it as R0. Fine. So now what about the Ci C1. So C1 is the distance from the central axis. Am I right? Centroidal axis is exactly at the center. So here C1 and C2 both are same in this case. C1 and C2. So this will be Ci. This will be C0. So it is clear that the centroidal axis is exactly at the center. So it is C1. C1 I can know easily because the total section diameter he has given is 40. So here half of this will be 20. So C1 I got directly as 20. Am I right? So C2 is also same 20. C1 and C2 both are same here. And one more thing, I can find Rn easily, R easily, capital R. How? Capital R is exactly at the centroidal axis. So here Ri I know, Ri he has given. So total diameter is 80. Half of that will be 40. So this is 40 plus 20 gives me R. Even R0 also I can find. So this is Ri plus total diameter of this. So this is 40. So Ri is 40. Total R0 will be 80 mm. So I need to find what? Ci, C0 and Rn. So these three things I can find using E value. So that I will get it from the data handbook. First we shall note down the values whichever we are known. So if we shall consider the case 1 under this case 1. Case 1 is what? When theta is at 0 degrees. So at line load theta is equal to 0 degrees with respect to vertical. Fine. So now what happens? Referring figure, let me specify the figures here so that it will be easy. This I will call it as a figure A, this I will call it as a figure B. So now which I am referring? So I am referring figure B. So from figure B it is clear that Ri is equal to 40 mm in a radius. So total 80 you have diameter, half of that is 40 mm. So I said you C1 is equal to C2 is equal to x dash, that is equal to 20. Why? Because x dash is what? D by 2, the total D by 2 here in this D by 2. So that in 40, half of 40 will be 20. So if C1 and C2 both are same because the centroidal axis is passing through the center of the circle, so that half of will be there. Okay. Next R, capital R will be what? I said capital R is Ri plus C1. Ri plus C1. So Ri is 40, C1 is 20. So R will be how much? 60 mm. So what about R0? So R0 will be R, this total R0 will be Ri plus D, I can say. So Ri is 40, D is also 40, R0 equal to 80 mm. Okay. Or you can write R plus C2, both are same. R plus C2, 60 plus 20 is 80, or directly Ri plus D, both are same here. So we found all the notations. Fine. So now we need to find the moment there. Okay. So this is the first case I have wrote here. This is the first case when theta equal to 0 degrees. Okay. So when theta is 0, so moment when theta equal to 0, m is equal to 0.318 into f into r. Okay. So this will be m is equal to 0.318 into f is 25 kilo into r. R is what? 60. So what we got? R is what? 60 here. Okay. Fine. So now what will be the m value? M is equal to 477 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm. This is what moment we got. Okay. Fine. So now we need to find E. Okay. So I need to get from the data handbook here. So I'll show you the data handbook here. So here you can see for the circular section, so we have the E is equal to R minus Rn. So I can find, I know R, I know C. Here C is nothing but, here you can see C1 and C2. It didn't specify C1 and C2, both is set as C. But in our case is what? C1 and C2 both are same here. C1 and C2 both are same. E considered as C there. Okay. So C1 and C2 or C, both are same there. Okay. So by using this relation, so it is, I'll write the page number there. So figure number 2, is it visible? Yes. Figure number 2, table number 10.1, page number 162 from data handbook. I have E is equal to R minus Rn. This you will get directly get from the data handbook. R minus C square by